Hello friends. What if I told you that people born on April 3rd carry within them the fiery spark of Aries, yet with a unique twist shaped by the number 3 in numerology and a constellation of influences from Druidic, Vedic, floral, and even stone-based traditions? These individuals are not simply Aries, they are a special kind of Aries, bursting with energy, charisma, and ambition, yet also walking through life with shadows they must confront. Let's dive deep into the many layers of their destiny. Love. For those born on April 3rd, love is never lukewarm. It is a fire that consumes and transforms, a flame that both illuminates and tests. These individuals cannot simply settle for comfort or convenience in matters of the heart. They crave passion, intensity, and the feeling of being alive every time they look into their partner's eyes. To them, love is not just an emotion, but a challenge, a quest, a battlefield where loyalty, desire, and freedom constantly dance together. They want to be swept off their feet, yes, but they also want to do the sweeping. They fall for people who radiate confidence, energy, and individuality. They cannot stand monotony in love, and when the spark fades, they are the first to sense it, the first to either reignite it or walk away in search of something that thrills them again. Yet here lies the paradox of their hearts: they are fiercely independent. They need the rush of connection but also the space to breathe. If their partner becomes overly possessive or tries to cage their fiery spirit, they quickly withdraw. They do not tolerate suffocation, even when it comes from someone they love deeply. At the same time, they are generous to a fault when they feel respected and admired. They give affection freely, shower their loved ones with surprises, and bring laughter and playfulness into relationships. With them, love feels like an endless adventure, a roller coaster of joy, arguments, reconciliations, and unforgettable memories. But their passion comes with challenges. They are quick to anger if they feel neglected, and sometimes they expect too much from their partners: constant attention, constant energy, constant proof of devotion. They may struggle with patience, especially when a partner expresses love in quieter, slower, more subtle ways. Their fire burns brightly, but it also demands fuel, and when their emotional needs are unmet, their heart becomes restless. Still, once they commit truly, their loyalty is powerful. They stand by their loved ones through trials, defending them with the same intensity that they love them. Their partners never feel invisible, because April 3rd souls always make them feel like the center of the world, when the relationship is right. Love, for them, is a flame. It warms the soul, it gives life, but mishandled, it can burn everything around it. They are often most compatible with partners who share their zest for life, people who can handle their fire without being overwhelmed by it. They are drawn to strength, intelligence, and humor. Weakness and passivity turn them off quickly, while courage and boldness ignite their deepest desires. Love, for those born on April 3rd, is never about half measures. It is all or nothing, a leap into the unknown, a dance with both joy and risk. And though their heart may go through many storms, each relationship teaches them more about balance, about patience, and about the beauty of both fire and calm. And now, a little side note. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a thanks button right under this video, or through the donation alerts link in the description. Your support truly helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's continue. Marriage. Marriage for April 3rd souls is not simply a contract or a stage of life. It is a profound journey of self-discovery and growth. Early in life, their fiery nature often drives them to rush into commitments. They may fall hard and fast, believing that passion alone is enough to sustain a lifelong union. But with time, they learn that true love is not just about excitement, it is also about patience, trust, and the ability to compromise. Their marriages, especially the first or early ones, can be filled with lessons. Some may experience heartbreak from unions entered too quickly, while others discover that rushing into passion leads to misunderstanding. Yet none of these experiences are wasted. Each one shapes them into wiser, more balanced lovers and partners. As they mature, they come to understand that an ideal spouse for them is not just a lover but a best friend, a teammate, a co-creator of life's adventures. They seek someone who is equally invested in growth, someone who doesn't merely accompany them but challenges them to evolve. Marriage, in their eyes, should never feel like a cage but rather like wings that allow two souls to soar higher together than they could alone. When they find this balance, their marriage becomes vibrant, filled with shared laughter, projects, and dreams. But their fire does not disappear inside marriage. They remain passionate, spontaneous, and eager for adventure. Routine is their greatest enemy in long-term commitments. If their spouse allows life to become predictable and stagnant, they may feel trapped. To keep their love alive, they need constant renewal. Trips, shared hobbies, deep conversations, playful surprises, or even healthy debates that keep the energy flowing. Their partner must understand that for them, love thrives on activity, not passivity. On the flip side, if married to someone timid, overly cautious, or emotionally dependent, April 3rd individuals may feel stifled. Their natural drive to lead and inspire could turn into frustration if their partner resists change or fears risk. But if married to someone equally fiery, sparks are inevitable. Sometimes those sparks ignite beautiful moments of passion, but sometimes they explode into storms of arguments and pride. The secret for them lies in balance, learning to temper their impulsiveness and accepting that marriage is not always about winning but about building harmony. They often shine in marriages where both partners share leadership in different areas of life. For example, one may lead in financial planning while the other takes charge in social or creative aspects. This distribution of power helps avoid clashes and ensures that both individuals feel respected. Spiritually, marriage transforms April 3rd souls. It softens their sharp edges, teaches them the importance of patience, and reminds them that love is not only about fire but also about steady warmth. The lessons they learn through their spouse often become the foundation for their personal growth. Through marriage, they discover that freedom does not mean being alone, but rather being with someone who supports their individuality while building unity. Their marriages, when successful, become powerful unions, not only of love but of vision, courage, and resilience. When they choose the right partner and commit with both heart and wisdom, they can build relationships that inspire others, marriages filled with energy, adventure, and the kind of passion that lasts a lifetime. Sex. Their sexuality is magnetic in a way that cannot be ignored. For those born on April 3rd, intimacy is not a quiet act or a background note to their lives. It is a vivid, central symphony of passion, energy, and discovery. They carry a raw physicality, a kind of bold and fearless aura, that makes them incredibly attractive to others. Partners are often drawn in by their confidence, their willingness to take the lead, and their deep understanding that sex is more than just physical release. To them, it is a declaration of love, an act of courage, and a spark of adventure that breathes life into every relationship. Excitement and novelty fuel them in the bedroom. They rarely repeat the same gestures without adding something new, because for them, routine is the enemy of passion. Their fiery Aries nature pushes them toward experimentation, toward finding creative and spontaneous ways to express their desire. They may surprise a partner with sudden intensity, playful humor, or a bold suggestion that breaks monotony. This quality ensures that their partners are never bored, but it also means that not everyone can keep up with their pace. For April 3rd souls, sex is also deeply emotional. It's never just a physical encounter, it's a way to fuse body, heart, and spirit into one powerful moment. When they care for someone, they use intimacy to prove their love, to show their devotion, to melt boundaries and express feelings they may not easily put into words. Their bold energy translates into passion that can feel overwhelming to someone unprepared, yet unforgettable to someone who embraces it fully. But here lies one of their greatest challenges. Their desire for intensity can sometimes make them impatient with partners who prefer to move slowly or cautiously. They want fire, urgency, and immediacy, while others may want tenderness, stillness, or a gradual unfolding. This mismatch can lead to frustration on both sides. For the April 3rd person, learning patience and blending their fiery drive with gentleness is the key to unlocking a deeper, more lasting sexual fulfillment. They thrive with partners who share their adventurous outlook, people unafraid of exploring new territory and expressing passion openly. However, they must also learn to honor partners who need reassurance and softer forms of connection. When they embrace tenderness along with intensity, their sex life becomes not only passionate but also profoundly healing. Their sexual magnetism, though powerful, is never purely physical. It is tied to their sense of self. They are energized by the idea that sex affirms their identity as strong, capable, and desirable beings. When intimacy aligns with emotional honesty, they radiate confidence and inspire their partner to feel equally alive. For them, sex is not just fire for the body, but also light for the soul. Friendship. Born on April 3rd, these individuals are natural leaders in friendship groups. They carry a presence that makes others gravitate toward them, not because they demand attention, but because they embody adventure, excitement, and vitality. They're the ones suggesting new experiences, inviting everyone along for the ride, and filling ordinary days with extraordinary memories. Whether it's planning a spontaneous road trip, introducing their circle to a new hobby, or simply telling stories that leave everyone laughing, they are the heartbeat of their social world. Friends adore them not just for their humor and energy but also for their loyalty. Once someone is in their inner circle, the April 3rd individual will protect, defend, and uplift them with unwavering commitment. They are the type who shows up at midnight if you need help, who remembers your dreams and encourages you to chase them, who stands by you in moments of triumph and in moments of despair. They do not treat friendship lightly. It is sacred, almost as binding as family. But their loyalty has limits, and betrayal is the one thing they cannot forgive easily. If a friend breaks their trust, lies, or abandons them in a time of need, they close the door quickly and firmly. For them, friendship is built on honesty, courage, and mutual respect. Once broken, their trust is nearly impossible to regain, because their fiery spirit refuses to give second chances to those who do not value their loyalty. They gravitate toward friends who mirror their qualities: energetic, optimistic, bold, and courageous individuals who are unafraid of life's challenges. They prefer people who say yes to adventure, who are willing to take risks, and who can laugh even when things don't go as planned. Quiet, overly cautious personalities may find them too intense, while overly dependent friends may drain their energy. Their ideal companions are those who balance strength with joy, resilience with playfulness. In times of crisis, they often become the leader of their group, the one who organizes, who keeps hope alive, who motivates everyone to keep going. Their friends see them as a source of strength, as someone who can transform despair into determination. And yet, behind this bold exterior, they also long for friends who can listen deeply, who can hold space for their vulnerabilities, because even fiery souls need moments of softness. Ultimately, their friendships are built on shared laughter, shared courage, and shared adventures. They are the type of friend who will push you out of your comfort zone, who will challenge you to grow, and who will celebrate every step of the journey with genuine joy. Their friendships are never shallow. They are bonds forged in fire, tested by time, and treasured for a lifetime. Business and career. In business, April 3rd people are pioneers in the truest sense of the word. They do not simply enter a field and follow the rules, they seek to rewrite them. Their fiery Aries energy pushes them toward environments where initiative, courage, and creativity are not just valued but essential. They are rarely content working behind the scenes or performing repetitive tasks. Routine jobs drain them of life, while opportunities that challenge them, test their resilience, and allow them to light them up from within. Their careers often begin with bold moves. They may start working early, taking on responsibilities beyond their years, or they might experiment with multiple fields before settling into the one that ignites their passion. What they crave most is a sense of freedom, the ability to shape their work rather than be confined by someone else's structure. This is why so many of them naturally gravitate toward entrepreneurship. To create something of their own, to be the captain of their ship, is deeply satisfying for their restless spirit. If entrepreneurship isn't their chosen path, they still rise quickly in careers where charisma, influence, and leadership are vital. Sales, marketing, performing arts, public speaking, motivational coaching, and politics are all fields where April 3rd souls thrive. They understand the power of persuasion, not because they manipulate, but because they genuinely believe in the energy of their vision. Their enthusiasm is contagious, and their colleagues or clients can't help but be inspired. One of their greatest strengths in business is their ability to push boundaries. They do not accept, "This is how it has always been done," as an answer. Instead, they question, challenge, and innovate. This makes them trailblazers who often introduce new ideas, technologies, or strategies into their industries. They are risk takers, and though this trait sometimes leads to failure, it also propels them into success others would never dare attempt. However, their impatience is both their gift and their curse. They want results quickly, and when progress is slow, they can become frustrated or impulsive. This may lead to abandoning projects prematurely, taking reckless risks, or clashing with authority figures. Their boldness, if unchecked, can also manifest as arrogance, a belief that their way is the only way. Such attitudes may alienate coworkers or employees who crave collaboration. To truly succeed, April 3rd individuals must learn the art of strategy. Passion alone will not carry them through the long marathon of building a career. They must temper their fire with patience, discipline, and a willingness to listen. When they balance vision with planning, and courage with wisdom, there is almost nothing they cannot accomplish. Ultimately, their careers are meant to be more than a paycheck. They are meant to be legacies. April 3rd people are not here to simply exist within a system but to challenge it, improve it, or even break it entirely to build something better. Their professional lives shine brightest when they align with their greater life mission, to lead, inspire, and set the world ablaze with new ideas. Dark sides. Every flame casts a shadow, and April 3rd souls are no exception. For all their brilliance and fire, they carry within them traits that, if left unchecked, can create storms both in their own lives and in the lives of those around them. Their most visible shadow is impulsiveness. They often leap before they look, guided by instinct rather than strategy. While this can lead to moments of exhilarating success, it can just as easily lead to mistakes that cost them time, resources, and relationships. Arrogance is another shadow lurking within. April 3rd individuals know their strengths, and this awareness can sometimes inflate into overconfidence. They may dismiss others' opinions, believing their vision is superior. This arrogance can make them difficult to work with or cause rifts in relationships. In its extreme form, it blinds them to valuable advice and opportunities for collaboration, isolating them when they most need support. Their quick temper is legendary. Like a spark in dry grass, their anger can ignite instantly, burning hot and fast. While they rarely hold grudges for long, the damage caused by their outbursts can linger in the hearts of others. This fiery temper often stems from their deep passion and their need to feel understood. Yet, when misdirected, it leaves behind a trail of regret. Selfishness also plays a role in their darker tendencies. Driven by ambition and the pursuit of their goals, they sometimes put their own desires above the needs of others. Friends, partners, and coworkers may feel neglected or unimportant when April 3rd individuals are fixated on their next conquest. Their ambition, while admirable, can harden into stubbornness, a refusal to compromise or admit when they are wrong. Control is another double-edged sword for them. They crave autonomy and often extend this desire outward, attempting to dominate situations or people. In relationships, this need for control can manifest as jealousy, especially if they feel unappreciated or threatened. Their fiery pride makes them struggle with vulnerability, and instead of admitting insecurity, they may lash out or become overly possessive. Yet, these shadows are not curses, they are invitations to grow. When April 3rd souls face these darker traits with self-awareness, they transform them into strengths. Impulsiveness becomes courage, arrogance becomes confidence tempered with humility, and their temper, when mastered, becomes righteous passion that defends justice and truth. Even jealousy, once acknowledged, can be transmuted into devotion and deeper connection. The beauty of April 3rd individuals lies not in perfection but in transformation. Their lives are journeys of balancing fire with wisdom, boldness with patience, and passion with compassion. Their shadows remind them that true strength comes not from denying flaws but from embracing and refining them. And when they rise above their darkness, their flame shines not only brighter but also warmer, guiding others through the night. Life goals. Their ultimate purpose is to create, inspire, and lead, and this truth runs like a golden thread through every chapter of their lives. For those born on April 3rd, existence is not meant to be ordinary or confined by routine. They are born under the sign of Aries, the warrior and pioneer, and they carry that archetype into everything they do. They are here to make a mark, to leave behind something larger than themselves, whether that takes the form of a career achievement, a work of art, a business empire, a movement they begin, or even the way they shape their family with passion and courage. Simply living quietly in the background is not their destiny. Their soul demands a stage, whether public or personal. Creation is central to their life goals. They feel a deep, restless need to build, to invent, to express. For some, this may manifest as painting, writing, music, or design. For others, it may be entrepreneurship, engineering, or innovation in science and technology. For others still, their creativity emerges in leadership roles, building communities, guiding organizations, or creating environments where others can thrive. Regardless of the form, the April 3rd individual is most alive when they are shaping something new and exciting, when their ideas are no longer confined to thought but take on a life of their own. Inspiration is their second great calling. These are people who cannot help but spark energy in those around them. They are the friend who encourages you to chase your dream, the colleague who motivates a team to try harder, the leader who sets a fire in others' hearts. They don't just want to succeed for themselves. Part of their purpose is to lift others along the way. Their words, actions, and sheer presence remind others of their own potential. This is why so many April 3rd individuals are drawn to positions of teaching, coaching, performing, or public speaking. They thrive in roles where their influence can ripple outward. Leadership is perhaps their greatest destiny. Born under a fiery sign, they have a natural instinct to take charge. But unlike leaders who dominate from fear, April 3rd souls are meant to lead from passion and vision. Their leadership shines brightest when it is inclusive, when they ignite change not by force but by inspiration. They must, however, guard against the shadow of leadership, arrogance, impatience, or control. Their true life lesson is to lead with wisdom, humility, and balance. Their mission is not to walk a safe path but to embrace risk, not recklessly but courageously. They thrive when they push themselves into new territory, when they leap into the unknown not with blind faith but with calculated passion. Each risk they take teaches them more about resilience and creativity. And while they sometimes stumble, each fall is simply fuel for their fire, teaching them patience and strategy. The greatest lesson of all for those born on April 3rd is balance. Balance between fire and harmony, between action and reflection, between desire and patience. Their natural instinct is to charge ahead, but life calls them to sometimes pause, breathe, and reflect. When they learn to temper their flames with calm wisdom, their lives become unstoppable forces of creation and transformation. They are not here to exist quietly but to inspire courage in themselves and others, to set the world alight in ways both bold and beautiful. Zodiac compatibility. When it comes to relationships, April 3rd individuals are a study in fire, bold, passionate, and endlessly hungry for connection that excites them. Their compatibility with other signs reveals much about the ways their fiery Aries energy harmonizes or clashes with others. For them, love and friendship are not just about comfort but about adventure, growth, and shared sparks. Their best matches are with Leo and Sagittarius. With Leo, there is an immediate recognition, like two flames meeting and roaring higher. Both signs are passionate, energetic, and love the thrill of life. Together, they create a relationship filled with laughter, adventure, and deep admiration. Leo's love for grandeur pairs beautifully with Aries' drive to lead, though clashes may arise if both try to dominate. Yet, their conflicts are often short-lived, because their love for each other's fire always pulls them back. With Sagittarius, the connection is pure exhilaration. Sagittarius loves freedom, travel, and exploration, while Aries thrives on risk and new challenges. Together, they form a partnership built on shared adventures, constant discovery, and unshakable optimism. This pairing is often the definition of soulmates in adventure. Their good matches come with Gemini and Aquarius. With Gemini, life feels like an endless conversation and a whirlwind of new ideas. Gemini's wit and curiosity keep Aries intrigued, while Aries' fire gives Gemini a sense of direction. Their relationship thrives on laughter, experimentation, and never-ending fun. Aquarius brings a different kind of magic, visionary thinking. Aquarius fuels Aries' fire with big dreams and unconventional approaches. Aries admires Aquarius' originality, while Aquarius is inspired by Aries' boldness. This pairing often becomes a team that not only loves passionately but also creates change in the world around them. Challenging matches include Cancer and Capricorn. Cancer, with its deep emotional sensitivity, can feel overwhelmed by Aries' fiery directness. Aries, in turn, may grow frustrated with Cancer's need for security and caution. While there is potential for balance, Cancer softening Aries' edges and Aries giving Cancer courage, the relationship demands patience and maturity from both. With Capricorn, the clash is one of speed versus stability. Capricorn moves slowly, carefully, with long-term strategy, while Aries leaps without hesitation. Aries may see Capricorn as rigid or dull, while Capricorn may see Aries as reckless. Still, if they can respect each other's strengths, they can build something lasting. Aries adds excitement, Capricorn brings structure. The karmic lessons come with Pisces and Virgo. With Pisces, Aries faces the challenge of balancing fire with water. Pisces is dreamy, sensitive, and gentle, qualities that may frustrate Aries' need for action but also teach Aries about compassion, patience, and emotional depth. These relationships often feel karmic because they force Aries to slow down and listen to the softer sides of life. With Virgo, the lesson is about humility and practicality. Aries' impulsiveness collides with Virgo's careful, detail-oriented approach. Virgo may criticize, while Aries may grow defensive. Yet, these challenges can teach Aries to appreciate discipline and thoughtfulness, while Virgo learns to take risks and embrace spontaneity. In the end, compatibility for April 3rd individuals is not about finding someone who matches their fire exactly, but about finding someone who can dance with it, balance it, and grow alongside it. Their relationships, whether easy or difficult, are never meaningless. Each connection teaches them something vital, about patience, about passion, about the delicate balance of independence and togetherness. And no matter the sign, those who love them will never forget the brilliance, warmth, and intensity of their flame. Numerology influence number 3. April 3rd falls under the influence of the number 3, and this number carries with it a vibration that is as vibrant and dynamic as the people born on this day. In numerology, 3 is the number of creativity, self-expression, and joy, and it infuses April 3rd individuals with an almost magnetic ability to communicate and connect with others. These individuals often stand out in a crowd not because they demand attention, but because they radiate an energy of curiosity and enthusiasm that draws people in naturally. They are storytellers, entertainers, and visionaries at heart, with a gift for making others feel alive in their presence. The number 3 bestows a natural wit and charm. Those born on April 3rd can easily turn a dull conversation into something captivating. Their words flow like music, often sprinkled with humor, cleverness, and a sharp sense of timing. Whether speaking in front of an audience, engaging in intimate dialogue, or expressing themselves through writing, art, or performance, they have an innate ability to inspire, entertain, and motivate. Their communication isn't always verbal either. Their gestures, their creativity, even the way they carry themselves all speak loudly about who they are. Along with this charm comes a deep desire to be seen and acknowledged. April 3rd individuals don't just want to exist quietly in the background. They want to shine, to leave a visible mark on the world. This desire isn't rooted in vanity so much as in a natural urge to share their light with others. They have so much energy, creativity, and perspective inside them that keeping it hidden feels unnatural. When they are in alignment with themselves, this drive to be seen translates into leadership, artistic expression, or innovation that inspires others. Optimism is another defining quality of number 3. Even when life deals them setbacks, April 3rd souls bounce back with remarkable resilience. They have an almost childlike faith that things will work out, and this faith often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Their positivity lifts not only themselves but also the people around them. Friends and colleagues often look to them for encouragement, because they have a way of reframing difficulties as opportunities and transforming pain into lessons. But every number has a shadow, and for 3, that shadow is scattered energy. April 3rd individuals may have dozens of talents and interests, but the challenge lies in focusing on one long enough to bring it to completion. They might start new projects with enthusiasm only to abandon them halfway through when a new idea captures their attention. This tendency can lead to frustration, as their brilliance risks being diluted across too many ventures. For them, discipline and focus are essential life lessons. If they learn to harness their energy and channel it into sustained effort, their potential for success is limitless. There is also a danger of overindulgence in superficiality. With their love of pleasure, entertainment, and recognition, they sometimes risk chasing applause rather than depth. They may become addicted to being liked, admired, or constantly surrounded by stimulation. This can lead to burnout or shallow connections unless they balance their external shine with internal reflection. Ultimately, the numerological influence of 3 makes April 3rd individuals radiant souls who are here to share creativity, laughter, and joy with the world. They are living reminders that life is meant to be celebrated, expressed, and experienced fully. When they balance their enthusiasm with focus, their optimism with discipline, they become unstoppable creators and leaders, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration and light. Druid Horoscope. According to the Celtic tree horoscope, April 3rd falls under the alder tree, whose influence spans from March 18th to April 14th. The alder is a tree associated with pioneers, explorers, and warriors, and it mirrors perfectly the fiery Aries energy of those born on this day. Just as the alder tree thrives along riverbanks, bringing life and stability to the ecosystem around it, people born under this sign bring inspiration, vitality, and leadership into the communities they touch. The alder is known as a tree of courage and resilience. Its wood, once submerged in water, hardens instead of decaying, symbolizing strength and endurance in the face of challenges. Likewise, April 3rd individuals thrive when tested. They do not crumble under pressure but instead become stronger, more resourceful, and more determined. Life's hardships rarely break them. They are warriors at heart, capable of weathering storms and turning obstacles into stepping stones. Fearlessness is a hallmark of the alder's influence. People born on this day are not afraid to take risks or venture into the unknown. They are natural explorers, whether that exploration is physical, traveling, adventuring, or breaking new ground, or intellectual and spiritual, diving into new ideas, philosophies, and experiences. Their adventurous spirit makes them magnetic leaders, the type of people others are drawn to follow. Alders are also deeply connected with justice. April 3rd individuals often feel compelled to fight for what is fair and right, not only for themselves but also for others. They dislike hypocrisy, dishonesty, and oppression, and they are willing to use their energy and voice to challenge it. In this sense, they embody the spirit of the warrior not just in battle, but in defending truth, equality, and integrity. Yet, the alder also carries a warning. People born under its branches must be careful of becoming too confrontational. With their fiery Aries nature amplified by the alder's warrior energy, they can sometimes see every disagreement as a battle worth fighting. This can exhaust them and strain their relationships. Not every situation requires combat, and one of their greatest life lessons is learning to choose their battles wisely. Sometimes, the greatest strength lies in walking away or finding harmony rather than fueling conflict. Spiritually, the alder is connected to water, which tempers its fiery energy with intuition and emotional depth. For April 3rd souls, this influence brings balance, reminding them that alongside their courage and action, they must also nurture compassion, empathy, and sensitivity. The alder teaches them to listen as well as to lead, to heal as well as to fight. In relationships and friendships, those under the alder tree are often seen as protectors and inspirers. Their presence brings confidence and encouragement to others, much like the alder tree supports the riverbank and protects it from erosion. They are anchors of strength in their communities, yet they must remember to nurture themselves as much as they nurture others. In essence, the Druid horoscope reveals April 3rd individuals as pioneers, adventurers, and defenders of justice. They are born to inspire and lead, to bring life and renewal to those around them, and to face challenges with unshakable courage. But just like the alder tree, which is strongest when it stands near water, they too must balance their fire with emotional wisdom, choosing carefully when to fight and when to flow. Vedic Astrology. In Vedic astrology, those born on April 3rd occupy a fascinating and complex position, straddling the energies of the Pisces-Aries cusp in the sidereal system. Depending on the year and the exact time of birth, their star map often links them to either Revati or Ashwini nakshatras, two profoundly different yet complementary lunar mansions that define the dual nature of these souls. This duality makes April 3rd people both warriors and dreamers, grounded in action yet pulled by higher spiritual aspirations. If their birth falls under Ashwini nakshatra, they inherit the qualities of the divine horsemen, the Ashwini Kumaras, celestial twins known as healers and pioneers. Ashwini-born individuals radiate speed, vitality, and adventure. They are restless, always eager to move forward, explore, and discover. This energy gives April 3rd natives a childlike enthusiasm that never fully fades, no matter their age. They crave new experiences, challenges, and journeys, whether in travel, career, or spiritual exploration. The healing quality of Ashwini also blesses them with the ability to uplift others. They are natural problem solvers who, even in moments of crisis, can bring hope and inspiration to those around them. Their presence alone feels like a spark of life, quick, bright, and transformative. If their birth connects them with Revati nakshatra, their essence shifts toward compassion, gentleness, and artistic sensitivity. Revati, symbolized by the fish, represents completion, protection, and nurturing. Those influenced by this nakshatra often carry within them a deep well of empathy. They are dreamers with poetic souls, able to see beauty where others see nothing. Music, art, literature, and spirituality often flow naturally through them. While Ashwini drives them toward bold action, Revati softens their spirit, giving them patience, depth, and a profound understanding of human suffering and joy. They are often the quiet visionaries whose creativity heals the world in subtle but lasting ways. This dual influence, the pioneering fire of Ashwini and the compassionate artistry of Revati, creates a unique internal balance. April 3rd individuals are not just adventurers who leap blindly into the future. They are adventurers with a sense of purpose, guided by empathy and a desire to improve the lives of others. Nor are they dreamers lost in fantasy. Their Aries influence ensures that their dreams take shape through action, determination, and bold choices. They carry within them both the sword of the warrior and the pen of the poet, and life continuously calls them to integrate the two. In Vedic astrology, the placement of Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, and Jupiter, the ruling planet of Pisces, plays an enormous role in shaping their destiny. Mars blesses them with strength, initiative, and fearlessness, while Jupiter gives them wisdom, spirituality, and vision. This planetary combination pushes April 3rd souls to not only seek success in material realms but also to pursue meaning in spiritual and philosophical domains. They are not satisfied with surface-level achievements. They yearn for purpose, for a sense that their actions align with a greater cosmic plan. Spiritually, these individuals are natural seekers. Whether they align with traditional religion, mysticism, or modern spirituality, they are drawn to practices that help them connect with higher truths. Meditation, yoga, and healing arts often resonate with them. Yet they also wrestle with restlessness, for their Aries fire makes it difficult to sit still for long. Their path is not to reject this restlessness but to channel it into spiritual exploration, pilgrimages, journeys, and experiences that expand their soul as well as their mind. Relationships under the influence of these nakshatras are also deeply karmic. Ashwini energy gives them passion, impulsiveness, and excitement in love, while Revati lends them tenderness and devotion. This combination can make them deeply attractive partners, but it also means they must balance intensity with gentleness, independence with compassion. They are meant to learn that true love requires both courage and patience, both action and stillness. Ultimately, the Vedic astrological lens shows April 3rd people as bridges between two worlds, the earthly and the divine, the fiery and the gentle, the warrior and the dreamer. Their destiny is to embrace both sides, using their pioneering Aries spirit to take bold action while allowing their Piscean intuition to guide them toward compassion, healing, and spiritual fulfillment. When they achieve this balance, they become luminous examples of strength guided by wisdom, leaders who inspire not only with power but also with kindness. Flower horoscope. The flower of April 3rd is the geranium, and its symbolism captures the essence of those born on this day with remarkable precision. Geraniums are bright, lively, and full of warmth, radiating an energy that is both cheerful and protective. Just as a blooming geranium brightens any garden with its vivid colors, April 3rd individuals light up any room they walk into. Their presence is uplifting, vibrant, and magnetic, drawing people toward them instinctively. The geranium's radiant hues reflect the personality of April 3rd natives, bold, passionate, and full of life. These individuals are rarely content to live in muted tones. They seek beauty, color, and excitement in their surroundings. Much like their flower, they flourish in environments filled with creativity, art, fashion, and vibrant expression. Their homes, clothing, and even their energy often carry this same lively spirit, as though their lives themselves are canvases waiting to be painted. But the geranium is not only a symbol of beauty, it is also known for its protective qualities. Historically, geraniums were planted near homes to ward off negativity and to bring protection and good fortune. In the same way, April 3rd individuals act as protectors in their relationships and communities. They defend those they love fiercely, shielding them from harm and offering comfort in difficult times. Their fire may burn bright, but it also serves as a guardian's flame, keeping darkness at bay for themselves and others. Emotionally, the geranium represents balance between joy and seriousness, between playfulness and strength. This mirrors the personality of April 3rd people, who are often seen as fun-loving and adventurous, yet who also carry within them a profound determination and resilience. Just as the geranium thrives in a variety of environments, from gardens to rocky landscapes, so too do these individuals adapt to challenges, finding ways to grow and shine even in difficult circumstances. On a deeper symbolic level, the geranium connects with themes of healing and renewal. Its oils and extracts have long been used for emotional and physical well-being. Similarly, April 3rd individuals often bring a healing presence into the lives of others. Their laughter, encouragement, and optimism can be medicine for those who are weary or discouraged. Even their boldness, though sometimes overwhelming, pushes others to step outside their comfort zones and embrace growth. Yet, much like the geranium that requires care to bloom fully, April 3rd people must also learn to nurture themselves. Their drive to give, to protect, and to inspire can sometimes leave them depleted. They must remember that even flowers need sunlight, water, and rest to flourish. Self-care is essential for them to maintain the vibrant energy they so freely share with others. In relationships, the geranium reflects their warmth and loyalty. Just as the flower continues to bloom season after season when properly tended, April 3rd individuals offer enduring love and friendship to those who appreciate them. But if neglected or taken for granted, their petals close, and they retreat to protect their energy. Their love, like their flower, thrives best when nourished with care, respect, and reciprocity. Ultimately, the geranium reveals the heart of April 3rd souls, radiant, protective, resilient, and endlessly inspiring. They are the bright blossoms in life's garden, bringing beauty and strength to everyone they touch, and reminding the world that joy and courage can coexist in perfect harmony. Stone horoscope. For those born on April 3rd, the stone of destiny is the diamond, the April birthstone, a gem that has captivated human imagination for centuries. The diamond is not only a jewel of unmatched brilliance, it is also a symbol of strength, resilience, and clarity. And for April 3rd individuals, it becomes more than just a birthstone. It becomes a mirror of their essence, amplifying their fiery Aries energy while teaching them about endurance, purity, and the luminous power of inner truth. The diamond is forged under intense pressure, deep within the earth, and this very process reflects the journey of April 3rd souls. Their lives are often filled with challenges, moments of struggle, and periods when they must endure trials that test their spirit. Yet, like the diamond that emerges unbreakable and radiant, these individuals find within themselves a capacity to withstand hardship and to transform pressure into brilliance. Their ability to shine most brightly in difficult times is one of their greatest gifts, and the diamond serves as a reminder of this strength. Clarity is another central theme of the diamond. Just as the stone reflects light with dazzling precision, April 3rd individuals are gifted with an ability to see through illusions, to cut through confusion, and to uncover the heart of a matter. This clarity is not always immediate, it often comes after periods of self-doubt or internal conflict, but once they grasp it, their vision becomes crystal clear. The diamond's symbolism pushes them toward honesty, both with themselves and others, urging them to live authentically and to speak their truth even when it is difficult. The brilliance of the diamond also symbolizes the natural charisma and presence of those born on this day. They are often noticed in social settings not because they demand attention, but because they sparkle with energy, humor, and vitality. Like a diamond catching the light from every angle, their personalities reveal different facets depending on the situation: playful with friends, passionate in love, determined in business, and reflective in solitude. They are multi-dimensional beings, never just one thing, and the diamond perfectly captures this complexity. On a spiritual level, the diamond represents purity and the eternal nature of the soul. For April 3rd individuals, this connection reminds them that beneath all the fire, ambition, and restlessness, there exists a still, unshakable core. This inner purity is their guiding star, the part of them that seeks honesty in love, authenticity in work, and meaning in life. It calls them to align their fiery drive with higher ideals, ensuring that their energy is not wasted on battles that don't matter. The diamond whispers to them that true greatness is not about constant motion but about shining with integrity and purpose. The protective qualities of the diamond also resonate with April 3rd souls. In ancient times, diamonds were worn by warriors as talismans of invincibility, believed to shield the wearer from harm. For those born on April 3rd, this symbolism is deeply relevant. Their lives are often filled with risks, adventures, and challenges, and the diamond becomes a spiritual armor, protecting them from negativity and guiding them safely through storms. It reminds them that their courage, while admirable, must also be paired with wisdom and discernment. In relationships, the diamond reflects their loyalty and depth of love. Just as the gem is enduring, so too is their devotion once they commit to someone. Their love is not fleeting or shallow, it is strong, passionate, and protective. Yet, the diamond also warns them against hardness. At times, their fiery Aries temper combined with their determination can make them seem unyielding. Learning to temper their strength with compassion ensures that their brilliance doesn't blind those they love, but instead illuminates their path together. On a more practical level, April 3rd individuals are often drawn to diamonds or other sparkling stones instinctively, as if recognizing something of themselves in the gem's resilience and beauty. Wearing diamonds, whether as jewelry or in other forms, can amplify their confidence, sharpen their focus, and remind them of their ability to overcome any obstacle. It also connects them to a long lineage of leaders, artists, and warriors who have looked to diamonds as symbols of power and clarity. Ultimately, the diamond encapsulates everything about April 3rd souls: their fire, their resilience, their clarity, their brilliance, and their ability to endure. It is not a passive stone, it is one of action, strength, and radiance, much like those it belongs to. The diamond tells them that while their journey may be filled with trials, those trials will shape them into something unbreakable, luminous, and unforgettable. So, what does this all mean for those born on April 3rd? It means they are pioneers with a mission, souls who are not content to walk quietly along life's garden paths. Their destiny is to blaze trails, to inspire others, to love with passion, to create without fear, and to face their own shadows with bravery. They are fire wrapped in diamond light, a voice of laughter and courage, a storm and a sunrise all at once. Their path is not one of quiet existence but of brilliant impact. And if you were born on April 3rd, know this: your life is not meant to fade into the background. Your destiny is to stand tall, to shine unapologetically, and to set the world ablaze with the brilliance only you can bring. Like the diamond, you are rare, enduring, and radiant, a soul that cannot be broken, only polished by the fires of experience until you gleam with your full light.